possible solution on the horizon. Not to eliminate concussions, you're never going to do that, but perhaps to drastically reduce them. Our Seahawks reporter, Sheil Kapadia, has a fascinating piece. It's up now on ESPN.com. I think it's something every NFL fan should read. And Sheil joins us now from Seattle to talk about it. Sheil, first of all, terrific work. I really enjoyed the piece. What are they doing in Seattle that could end up revolutionizing the way teams play defense?
Yeah, the key is it's a rugby-based style of tackling, and what they want to do is take the head out of the equation and really focus on the shoulder when teaching tackling at all levels of football. So this is something Pete Carroll and his staff used back at USC, but it wasn't until a few years ago when they met with a coach from England where they really realized the parallels between this and the rugby style of tackling. That's when they really refined the technique. They sent out instructional videos and they really spread the word at all levels of football. And really, Rocky Seto, one of Carroll's top defensive assistants, has been at the forefront of this movement. He told me that when Carroll's career is over and all is said and done, he believes this will be Carroll's greatest contribution to the game of football.
That's saying something. He's certainly had a terrific career as a head coach.
Yeah, and you mentioned the concussion numbers, up 15% this season, from the highest since the concussions have been tracked, which was starting just a couple years ago, 2012. When you were doing your research and your reporting, what did you learn about the number of concussions the Seahawks have had?
Yeah, I think it's important to recognize that this is not a catch-all. Like Jay said, this is not going to eliminate concussions from the game of football. It's still a violent game. Players are moving at such a high speed, but the Seahawks do believe that this is a safer way to do it, and this can reduce the number of those head injuries. Their data has shown that. And when you look at the numbers, in the past 3 years, the Seahawks have had 4 concussions to defensive players. That's the 4th fewest in the NFL. And if you look at the league average, it's 7. So the number is down. It's a small sample size, but the Seahawks are encouraged by the results from this style of tackling.
Okay, so Sheil, seemingly safer, and we know the Seahawks have terrific defensive personnel, and that will have a lot to do with how effective they are, but changing their style, it's led to safer play. What has it done for their defensive efficiency? Where do they rank there?
That's the most fascinating part about this, is when the Seahawks adopted this style, it was because they felt like it would be effective. It was later that they realized the safety benefits of it. So you mentioned it. They still play a lot of that cover 3, which really is predicated on keeping the ball in front of them, rallying to the football, and limiting yards after the catch. And in the past 3 seasons, no team in the NFL has been better at limiting yards after the catch. And this was the 4th straight season that the Seahawks led the NFL in scoring defense. So there has been no issues with their tackling. Their tackling has been fantastic, and it's really been one of the key ingredients to their run of success here.
We keep saying that the Seahawks have adopted this style, and yes, they have, but not every member of the team goes by this on every tackle. We've seen, some big hits by several players this season. That being said, when you look at how other teams are receiving this idea, what's being said in the rest of the NFL?
Yeah, it's definitely spreading, and I think the key is not only spreading in the NFL, but at other levels of football. High-profile college programs like Ohio State have adopted this style of tackling. And what the Seattle Seahawks coaches have told me is they believe it needs to be spread to the lower levels of football, Pop Warner, junior high, so that when players get to high school, college, and the NFL, they are not learning a new technique. They don't have bad habits to break, and they're able to adopt this. It's about changing the culture of the way these guys tackle. And again, it's not going to eliminate concussions and head injuries, but they really believe this is something that can make the game safer and also still be effective for defenses.
All right. Sheil Kapadia, thank you very much. Very insightful stuff there. Let's bring in a couple of guys who made their living